Another day, another dollar. Daylight comes, I'm on my way. Another day, another dollar. Working my whole life away.
Hey guys, how you doing? I'm sitting here at the bar waiting. I got thinking about a video I watched here the other day on YouTube. A guy I watch, he does hay and cattle stuff, and mostly hay stuff, but he does cattle stuff, and he was talking about markets and stuff, and how it's hard for the Americans right now and stuff, and how they were paying people to put people or whatever, electing them to put them into these boards to help them do these situations, and really they weren't getting any help at all. They were just getting bought out and stuff, and ended up selling out and selling all the farmers out down there and everything, and basically every man for himself. And that's kind of the way I think our cattle industry is almost gone. Poultry, on the other hand, we got supply management. I'm not saying that that's forever, but that is a good setup where we can pretty well say put a stop to bad stuff's coming into Canada and stuff, because we have high safety standards here in Canada. You know, not like the States. You can get away with so much more. But and I think that comes down to a lot of it too, that this guy didn't really think about, is our safety standards are way different than theirs. But I don't know, it just kind of threw me off, and he got talking about how they elected people and they screwed them over, and I'm like, the middleman, here's the middleman again. The middleman is always screwing everyone over. This is the reason why things are all screwed up nowadays. Everything they want to be done easier, you know. Say for someone trying to start and get into farming, it's pretty well impossible. The only way you're getting into farming is if you got a farm left to you, or you won the lottery or something like that, you know. It's pretty well, you're not getting in. Like, especially like chickens or anything like this, you're not getting in. You got to be well financially off, and the system has really put it that way. Now you can go to vegetables again, and the same thing kind of happens, you know. If you didn't get big, you went home, and a lot of this has to do with these middlemen and getting their nickels and dimes out of it. And those guys, especially, like, I know a lot of people looking on like the websites, maritime websites and stuff like that, starting up their little grocery thing or little vegetable things and stuff like that, and it's so hard to get into that industry. Don't get me wrong, I would love to be into growing things and all that thing, but the industry is so monopolized, and the big grocers only want to make 1 or 2 phone calls to get whatever they have to get. They don't want to search around or have to have a whole bunch of farmers or anything like that. They just want to buy from one person only. And that's what's wrong with the system nowadays. It's all monopolized. Everything is got to be easy. No one wants to work anymore. It's kind of disgusting, really. And everyone just kind of sits back and says, "Yep, this is the way it's gonna go," you know. And eventually, I'm pretty sure that everything right now is inflation. Everything, it's like a bubble, and it's getting ready to burst, and it's just expanding and expanding. And someday it's just gonna go boop, because eventually, you know, you can't go to the store and a jug of milk be $13, and an apple one apple $5, you know, and I'm making, you can't have a person behind the cashier making $40 an hour, you know. Eventually, where's the limit here? And this is the problem. Everything is a domino effect, and it's dominoing, and from farming right straight up to the person just going to work every day at their regular job. And eventually, that's what I see. This bubble that we're all living in, it's gonna burst someday, and hopefully I'm dead and gone when that day comes, but it's slowly materializing. And that is just my thoughts on that, you know. Everyone can live in their bubble right now, but when you have athletes making hundreds of $1,000,000 a year and doing nothing, you know, doing something they love, which is great, but no one should make, you know, I watched golf here the other day and someone made like $15 million on one hole or something like that, or $8 million on a hole or something. No one should make that amount of money playing any sport, you know, not something you love. You know, look, you had guys back in the day, not saying inflation was, again, inflation was, but they played for nothing. And they didn't get the advertising like they do now or anything like that. They played for nothing. And nowadays, everyone's just a baby. Everyone's just a sucky and just wants to whine and complain. And I'm sort of doing the same thing, but I'm more telling the future. We're digging ourselves into a pit, and eventually we're not going to be able to get out of it. So, take it for what it is. Don't say I didn't say nothing. Have fun, folks. See you on Wednesday.